Tri-County CT. E.P.I.C is empowering people, inspiring communities, and connecting our community, individuals, and families with conscious businesses and conscious practitioners. So today is Monday, April 20th. So welcome, welcome, welcome. After a bit of a snafu earlier, I'm going to be bringing on in a minute a woman I met a few years ago over at the Chamber of Commerce and Sharing the Light. Her name is Sullivan, aka Sully. And Sully brings with her an energy of connection and inspiration and just pure healing, a pure healing vibration. I guess that's how I would describe Sully. Um, and someone I just would want to give a hug to. So anyway, again, I hope everybody out there as well as we ride and navigate through this pandemic together. We're sending you prayers. We're sending you healing energy for you and your family. With all that said, I am going to bring on Sully from Sharing the Light. So give me one moment as Sully comes through. And
Hello.
hi. Oh, I tell you, anything with technology, we're at the whims of whatever it is out there that governs the vibration. We just go with the flow, right? So I'm glad you're here with us, Sully. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm very happy to be here. And
Yeah.
I miss all the hugs of people coming into the center. That
Mhm.
has been really difficult.
Well, right now we're sending Sully big virtual hugs and, you know, stand strong in the knowing that this will pass. Our new normal will be whatever it's going to be, but we will all be together again. And it is through people and businesses like yourself and Cheryl and Ed at Sharing the Light that gives us the hope that our community is thriving. So, can you tell us a little bit, Sully, about who you are and how you show up at Sharing the Light, and share a little bit about yourself with us?
Ah, I am a wife and mother and grandmother and aunt. I am the granddaughter of three wonderful women healers. I got a chance to know two of them, and the third grandmother I have had the opportunity to meet and speak with through channels. It's amazing. They have brought so much into my life, and the healing work is everything.
Beautiful. Um, I too am a grandma, and it's one of my favorite roles to play in this journey. And my grandmother also was a beautiful spirit that I connected with. I was actually raised by her. So, yeah, the grandmother connections are huge. So, you partner with Cheryl over at Sharing the Light, which is in
Yes.
Avon. Lisa is working the feed, so you should be seeing links to Sully's website and contact information. But over at Sharing the Light, what is it that you bring as far as modalities? What could you share with our viewers if they were to go over to meet you? What might you be able to offer them? And a little description.
Okay, I am a Reiki master under Cheryl Case, who is my partner, and also under Sierra North, who has Muktanath down in Monroe, Connecticut. Two absolutely amazing Reiki masters, very different. I am also an advanced crystal dreaming practitioner, and I have studied under Marie Minute for singing bowls. I'm a master sound healer. And I am certified to teach baby's first massage, which is amazing for new parents.
Mm. Mm.
help them connect with babies on a very conscious level.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that baby's first massage? If I were to bring in my beautiful grandnieces who are right now, let's see, they were born December 8th, they're twins. If I were to bring the twin baby girls in, what would that be like? Because I've never experienced massage with my children. So what is that like, and what are the benefits of that?
Baby's first massage is not about my massaging the babies. It's about my teaching you how to massage the babies, preferably while mom and dad are still in the expecting phase, because the babies benefit from baby's first massage in those first weeks and months of life. And it gives mom and dad skills for soothing the baby, for connecting with the baby. And I am not a massage therapist, so I cannot touch the baby. If I get lucky, I get to hold a baby, but beyond that, don't get to massage them. It's about
Oh,
mom and dad or caregivers or grandparents or aunties and uncles learning how to do this.
okay. So that's something that I didn't realize. So you're actually teaching the caregivers how to relax and calm the baby and touch them and stroke them in certain areas that will bring calming to them. Is that what I understand? It's like a what is it?
It it will help to calm them. It can also help with digestion,
Mm,
teaches them to self soothe, to sleep better. It helps with growth and with learning.
okay. Well, I might just have to get my nephew and his wife over with Kelsey and Kendall for their first baby massage when this breaks. That's amazing. That what a gift that you're bringing, not only to the child but to the parents, because that's something that I'm sure they can use throughout the years as the child's growing. It's not just infant that they can, that connection is going to be forever at that level.
That the baby massage ends up being a lifelong connection.
Yeah.
I was a postpartum doula for a set of twins, and they have been in my life now for nearly 20 years. And the little boy had digestive issues. And in using the calming techniques and the techniques to help them with digestion, he is a total bodywork junkie.
Nice.
If I go over the house, he's like, "Did you bring your bowls? Can I go down and get the beach chairs so you can work on my back?" And when he was little, he would crawl up on the couch after lunch, put his feet in my lap, because that was his sign he was ready for a nap. He wanted his feet massaged.
I love it. And as a reflexologist, I know that my little grandbabies, they know when I'm there. Their little feet, I just gotta, oh, just hug them. That's I miss their hugs too. So thanks for sharing that. What I would really like to learn about, and I'm sure the viewers would too, crystal dreaming. I'm surrounded by a ton of crystals right here. I use them myself in Reiki practices, also meditation, and always wearing them on my body. But a crystal dreaming with Sully, can you describe that and how that would work and the benefits of that?
Crystal dreaming comes from Australia. I lay out a mandala of crystals, and the client lays in the crystals. It's the combination of the different properties of the crystals that I use that make you the psychic. You get the information. I'm not giving it to you. I go ahead and I tell clients, set your intention for the session, what it is that you're looking for in terms of direction or a problem that you're trying to find an answer to, whatever it is they're looking for. But I always caution them, Spirit is going to bring in what they feel you need the most. I have had clients that they have an issue about speaking, throat chakra. And this one client called in who was responsible for their problem with the throat chakra. And rather than being one individual, she brought in individuals from every lifetime that had prohibited her from speaking. And Spirit cleared all of that in one fell swoop.
Wow.
And sometimes it is just one person, one lifetime that you're clearing. It also gives you the ability to access the Akashic records.
Mm.
It gives you past lifetimes. It can help you find direction in the future. It can help you find answers to health problems. It's always different and it's always amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have been fortunate enough to put a few channels in the crystals, and that's a totally different experience for me because they're used to communicating with spirit without the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
With the crystals, it becomes different for them, depending on how they perceive spirit and how they communicate with spirit. But I've learned if I'm lucky enough to put a channel in the crystals, get them started pretty much and stand back out of the way because they don't need any help.
Right.
I had one in the crystals, and it turned out that her guides and the spirits that she communicates with on a regular basis wanted her someplace to do some healing work on her. So I just sat there and wasn't paying attention. And at one point, she said, they said you can do your thing. And I'm sitting there and it's like, oh, were you talking to me? So yeah, they were done and I could finish up.
Nice.
So
I remember one time being over at Sharing the Light, which I have to recommend to anybody if you get a chance when they do reopen, go over and visit. They have room after room of complete Zen. But I can recall speaking with you, Sully, and you stating, and correct me if I'm wrong, that when you sign up for a crystal dreaming session, you really don't know how long the session's going to be. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that?
absolutely. I have no idea how long the session will be. I rarely ever give spirit a time frame for a session. So when I make an appointment for crystal dreaming on my calendar, I set aside 4 hours. I need time to be able to set up and to clear myself and the room and to do protection for myself and the room, actually for the entire center.
I see.
And once I have a client in the crystals, I prefer that there not be any time frame. Though I have had a few clients that have said, I need to be out of here by such and such a time. And those have usually been an impromptu session. And Spirit has ended those sessions 10 minutes before the client needed to be out the door.
Love it.
Other than that, A session can run anywhere from a half an hour to over 3 hours.
Wow. Wow. And how are you guided? Is there a set of crystals that you use continually, or is it individual for each client that comes to see you? How do you know what to lay out as far as properties in the crystals?
There is a mandala that I set out all the time.
I see.
There may be a few minor changes, and I always ask Spirit if I need chakra stones
Okay.
because I can add those while before I get the person started in the crystals. But the specific crystals in the mandala are matched for their properties, their ability to connect with spirit, their ability to bring information in, to ground that information for you so that it is usable to you. So those crystals pretty much are basic. If the one difference I might make with that is using all of them or um, cutting back on some of the crystals if I am concerned that the person might be very, very sensitive and need to go easy through the crystals.
I see. That is something that I'm looking forward to experiencing one of these days with you, Sully. Again, Sully Works owns, co-owner of Sharing the Light over in Avon. We'll put the links in the feed. Also, you'll find it on our YouTube channel when I upload all the videos. As we begin to wind down, you mentioned studying with Marie and the Tibetan bowls. That's something that you offer. Can you tell us a little bit about that? We've had a few sound healers, but everybody is unique and beautiful in the message that they bring across to our viewers. So, can you tell us your experience with the bowls and how you incorporate them?
I originally was not going to take Marie's class when she came to Sharing the Light uh, within, I think, a few months of our opening. And Cheryl said, "No, you're taking the class." And it turns out that Marie and I have other lifetime connections, and the bowls seem to be one of my things that I have done at another time and place.
Beautiful.
I have used it in my Reiki. I have used it without the Reiki. It is amazing. I have one friend that when she's around, if her sinuses are bothering her, she's like, "Oh, please, quick, get the bowls." So I am looking forward to growing my supply of bowls. Unfortunately, it's something that takes time because they have to match in terms of tone.
Yeah.
They have to be compatible. So you have to build little sets of 3 over sometimes a period of years before you have anything close to what Marie Minute has.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I have one singing bowl that I was blessed to receive from my Reiki master teacher, Barbara Schaefer. And just using that here in my own space, you could feel the vibration just change um, within the space and within my body. Just me, very inexperienced, just toning, and playing with it. So I can imagine as you build your um, family of bowls that the extent of your healing will also, grow in vibration and depth. So thank you for all that you bring. What I got, Sully, is that you you are an available and open and loving conduit of which the highest spirits of love and light use to help other people, as we all, are healers on a level. You just came to me as, or you're showing up for me as this beautiful extension of pure light and love. So thank you for what you do with the babies and the parents and the crystal dreaming. Also, we didn't even mention your involvement in the Avon Holistic Chamber of Commerce, which is based out of your place in Avon. So thank you for all you do there, helping to support small businesses and practitioners. And we're going to begin to wrap it up. And as I do, I always ask an impromptu, off the cuff question. So let me just check in with my guides and see what it is that we're going to ask Sully today. If you were to travel, if you had the opportunity to travel anywhere in the world right now, where would it be that Sully would go?
I would probably head for New Mexico.
Going to the border.
Uh, my father lived in New Mexico for a number of years at the end of his life, and I can be in the plane and I can feel when we cross over the border into New Mexico. The energy for me is spectacular. I would love to head back to Carlsbad Caverns. It is the most amazing energy I think I have ever felt on the planet so far.
Awesome. Well, let's affirm that you do get that trip to New Mexico soon. I want to thank you again for being part of the Epic Tribe and sticking with Lisa and us since the beginning. I can't thank you and Cheryl and Ed enough for that and supporting us and being part of our community. Um, we're going to be talking more about the Wellness Way as that begins to redevelop and re evolve in the future. But for now, my friend, I want to say thank you, bless you. And as I do close out every episode of Epic Interviews, I tell all our beautiful peeps out there to stay well, stay happy, stay healthy, stay you, and peace out, Epic Scouts. Namaste. Bye,
No.
Sully.